Imagine, you are inside a dream, where time moves slowly, and every sound turns into a story. Keep your eyes closed, and let us begin. The rain poured heavily that night, and the wind howled like it carried the sorrow of the world. In a small, broken hut at the edge of a quiet village lived an old woman named Amma Lakshmi. Her roof leaked, her walls were cracked, and her clothes were old and torn. Yet every morning, the village woke up to one beautiful sound, her laughter. People often wondered, how can someone so poor be so happy? Amma Lakshmi had no family. Years ago, she had lost her husband and her only son. Life had taken everything from her, except her smile, her beginning. Every day before sunrise, Amma Lakshmi would wake up, fold her thin blanket, and step outside her hut. She would look at the sky and say softly, "Thank you for another day." She had very little food, sometimes just a handful of rice or a piece of dry bread. But she never complained. Instead, she would feed a few birds first before eating herself. Children in the village loved her. She would tell them stories, share whatever little food she had, and bless them with kind words. One day, a young boy named Raju asked her, "Amma, you have nothing. Then why are you always smiling?" Amma Lakshmi looked at him gently and said, "Beta, I have everything I need. I can breathe, I can see the sun, I can hear your laughter. What more do I need?" Raju didn't fully understand, but her words stayed in his heart. Cloud with rain middle, conflict and emotion. One harsh winter, things became even more difficult. The cold winds entered her broken hut, and she had no proper blanket. Her food became less and less. Some villagers began to worry, but most were too busy with their own lives. One night, a rich man from the city came to the village. His car broke down near Amma Lakshmi's hut. Angry and frustrated, he stepped out and looked for help. Amma Lakshmi saw him and immediately invited him inside. "Come, Beta, sit here. You must be cold," she said, offering her only blanket. The man looked shocked. "This is your only blanket, and you are giving it to me?" he asked. He smiled. "You need it more right now." The man sat quietly. He noticed her empty kitchen, her broken roof, and her weak body. Yet her face was full of peace. "Why are you helping me?" he asked. "You don't even know me." Amma Lakshmi replied softly, "Kindness doesn't need a reason." That night, something changed inside the rich man. He couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about her words and her smile. Sunrise turning point. The next morning, the man left without saying much. Amma Lakshmi didn't expect anything. She simply waved and wished him well. Days passed. One afternoon, a group of workers arrived in the village. They went straight to Amma Lakshmi's hut. Soon they began repairing it. They fixed the roof, painted the walls, and even brought food supplies. The villagers were shocked. Then the rich man returned. He folded his hands before Amma Lakshmi and said, "You gave me warmth when I had everything but felt empty. Today I want to give you comfort, not as charity but as respect." Tears filled Amma Lakshmi's eyes, but she still smiled. "You didn't have to do this, Beta," she said. He replied, "No, Amma. I needed to do this." Blossom ending, emotional conclusion. Life became a little easier for Amma Lakshmi after that. But nothing about her changed. She still woke up early, thanked the sky, fed the birds, and shared her food. Her happiness was never about what she had. It was about how she lived. One day, as she sat outside her hut watching the sunset, Raju came running to her. "Amma, now you have a nice house and food. Are you happier than before?" Amma Lakshmi smiled and gently placed her hand on his head. "No, Beta. I was happy then and I am happy now. Happiness doesn't come from things. It comes from the heart." That evening, as the sun slowly disappeared behind the hills, Amma Lakshmi closed her eyes peacefully, with the same smile that had touched so many lives. Red Heart Life Lesson. True happiness does not come from wealth, comfort, or possessions. It comes from gratitude, kindness, and a peaceful heart. Even with nothing, a person can be truly rich if they have love to give and a reason to smile.